Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. So, listen, guys, I've been thinking to myself, like, are there any shows I really want to review anymore? So, y'all tell me what y'all want to see, because I feel like reality TV in the way that is presenting right now, 3 to 5 years, I'm really already tapped out, to be completely honest, because the only two shows that even kept my attention was the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and the Real Housewives of Potomac. And Potomac only really kept my attention because of how poorly they were treated. Oh, shit. Listen, these yogurt-covered raisins are ruining my life. I guess, guys, you don't need no more. Gonna make me knock them off the table. That ain't right. Listen. Trying to over here listen. Try to keep my life together. No, I'm joking. So listen, I'm gonna play this little clip real quick, and you'll understand why later. So this episode is about Tamar Braxton. It's not an episode, but this video is really, it's about Tamar Braxton and K. Michelle. And they apparently have beef of some sort. And listen, for those of you who are just tuning in that may not know who Tamar Braxton is, she's the baby sister of Toni Braxton, the legend. She's a living legend. Love Toni Braxton. Because, listen, when I was 10, 11 years old, I sure did. I was singing in my mirror with my towel on my head like I had long hair. Another sad love song. I'm just saying. Love Toni. And I watched the Real Housewives. I'm not the Real Housewives, but I watched their show. I think it was on WE TV or Oxygen, TLC, one of them type shows. It was called the Braxton Family Values. And I always felt like I was Team Tamar. Like I really was for many years, because I was just kind of like, she just wants to sing. She does have a good voice. She just needs the right management, the right songs, the right promotion, the right backing. That's how I felt. And year after year, I always just felt like they didn't really believe in her, or because they would call her like Tay Monster and stuff. And I was just like, y'all so shady. Then she got her spinoff with Vince, and I was just kind of like, he feels very controlling to me. But now, what I've seen, I feel like he was protecting her from the way people think she is right now. From people like me who are like, truly, initially, I would say a fan to some degree. Not a fanatic. I'm not somebody that sits around looking at this person and thinking they're talking to me through the TV. I'm not that girl. I'm not doing that. But I liked her. I wanted to cheer for her. She got the real and got fired from that. And it just is a buildup of you are destroying your own legacy. Tamar, if you listen, you probably not, but if you are, you have gone, in my opinion, from being famous to being infamous. Like, it's giving very thirsty at this point. It feels like those people who are childhood stars, and not all of them, but you'll know who I'm talking about. Like, there are people who are childhood stars, and they can't give up who they were. The notoriety that they had, the fame that they had, they don't know how to move forward. So they're still, in that glory days. And for Tamar, that's what it feels like. But the thing is, you didn't have a glory day. Well, I'll give her glory days where I feel like she was coming into her own. When she, like I said, she had a record deal. She had Vince and that other guy who I really liked, but he passed away. One of Vincent's friends. He's the one that I feel like wrote Love and War. And I liked that song. That song and Hot Sugar was the two songs that I liked. But, and then she got the real. She was on her way, in my opinion. But I just feel like she's just one of those people. It gives narcissistic vibes. She can't take responsibility for who she is or anything that's happening to her. It has to be, anything she is doing. Everything has to be happening to her. She's basically saying she's reactive, and she's not. She does react, but she starts the trouble most of the time. In this situation, that's what it feels like. Now, like I said, I didn't know who K. Michelle was either until she was on that, what was the name of that show? Love Hip Hop and Love, something, I don't know. Some ratchet show that I shouldn't have watched. Oh my God. Because here's the thing. Come to the front. All of the what is it? The Real Housewives, reality TV people. Y'all got about 3 to 5 years and of Housewives, and I'm so completely tapped out. I don't even want to watch. I only watched the Real Housewives of Potomac and of Beverly Hills because the rest of them didn't keep my interest at all. And honestly, I can't see myself watching Potomac again if they don't do something about the colorism situation. Anyway, so say my name. So I'm gonna play for you guys. Listen, Tamar doing the most, in my opinion. So let me find it again. Okay, here she goes. Somebody, I will say their name. Like nobody gonna. I really don't care, y'all, because if I was talking about somebody, I will say their name. Like nobody gonna do not one thing to me, can't do anything to me. So if I'm talking about somebody in particular, I just call it out like I did with Kandi. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say somebody said Kandi. Now how Kandi get into it? Shit back. I said no. Her husband did what he did to me. Both of them actually, and she can't sing. I said that. So why now do I need to backpedal and all of this victims? I'm not no fucking victim. I'm a fucking survivor. You know what the fuck I've been through, what I built? What? I really don't care. No, Kandi didn't catch it straight. What I'm saying is when I'm specifically talking to somebody, I don't have a problem saying their name because I'm not no punk ass bitch. I say what the fuck I want. Just like everybody say what they want to say, who they address and what they address. I do the same thing. I'm not a child. You know what I mean? I am not scared. Like if I said it about somebody, I would have said it and say their name. Because what are you going to do to me? Nothing. Not nothing. Rocks. What they say? I throw rocks behind my head. I say what it is. When do I stop? And who started that? Who started that? That's dumb. I said what I said. When I said it's not changing, it's not changing. Rocks. What they say? I throw rocks behind my head. This comes from the Kandi Burrus fan page. That's where I got that from. Child. But she don't think she a problem. And child, she said, I don't know if y'all remember, but there was one episode where on The Real, the daytime TV show, when Tamar was still on The Real, she got very emotional and was saying, she started crying actually. And she was saying about somebody calls her a Muppet. I don't know if it's on Twitter or whatever, on social media somewhere. And at the time I thought, who is she? I thought she was talking about this guy. Because like I said, I did watch The Real, what was it called? The Braxton's Family Values. And on that same season that Tamar was on The Real and crying and all of that, talking about someone calls her Muppet and harasses her on social media. I'm just like, who is she talking about? But on the Braxton Family Values, there was an episode where, around the same time that aired, where Tamar was supposed to, she showed up to Tony Braxton's son, so Tamar's nephew. He had some sort of big event. I don't know if it was his like award show or I feel like he had maybe participated in some movie. It was a big deal, I feel like, for Tony to have everybody there to support her son. And Tamar says that she and Vince rolled up and her, what does she call him? The guy that's harassing her, or the person that harasses her, is Twanda's assistant or Tony's. Somehow he's a part of the crew, so to speak. And Tamar's like, he's harassing me. Or I don't know if she used the gender, but I think that they were talking about a man. But so fast forward to when Tamar's crying on the Reel, I'm like thinking that that's this guy. Because again, I didn't follow K. Michelle. I still don't. And I feel like that industry over there, it's It's a savage one. But anyways, I didn't realize until today that she really was beefing with this lady. And I'm just like, why are you beefing with K Michelle? Like, I just never see her in the news like that. So I'm like, why are you? I don't know. I don't get it. K Michelle called this lady a leprechaun. How do you? Oh my gosh, she called her a leprechaun and a muppet. Damn. I wanted to see Tamar win. I did. You know, I love an underdog. I love a person that's, you know, out here trying to win, trying to get it. But at some point, you have to, it's sort of like becoming an adult, right? You're a child. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna do dumb stuff. You're gonna do ignorant things. You're uninformed, whatever. Then you grow, or you're supposed to. And typically, you try to grow from whatever situation you may have been a part of, or something happening to you. It should. I just always feel like if you see the same thing showing up, you didn't learn your lesson, whatever it was. But I think she's never going to learn her lesson. And this is why I just don't think that she can ever take responsibility for her actions. She lives in a world of someone is attacking me. And whatever I do, it's because they attacked me. I never hear her come out and say, I did this and I'm sorry. And I wish I could have done it differently. And then actually do it differently. So, again, I just don't get it. But apparently, this has been going on for a decade or so. So K Michelle, I think this is where the beef started. Allegedly. And everything on Chanel's reality is alleged, and in my opinion, okay? And for entertainment purposes only. So my understanding of this story is, if you watch, I guess, I don't know if this came about the first or the second season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I think is what it was called. So K Michelle comes on, she's on the show, and there's a part in whatever season it was where she talks about, there's some, I think this person was an executive producer of, he signed K Michelle to whatever label he was working for, and he was an executive on it. And there were rumors that were basically saying that, okay, so K Michelle, basically, she came on the show and she was accusing this man. She apparently had been dating this guy that's an executive at whatever record label when she, I guess, first got signed. So when she came on Love and Hip Hop, she basically called this man out, and she was saying that he attacked her and he had beat her up or something to that effect. And I'm paraphrasing. And I remember watching that season, and I just didn't get why the people on the show were just so hell-bent. I don't believe her. And I'm like, how do y'all know? Like, she, from what I could understand, from the way she came off, it felt very real to me. But the way people on the show made it seem, in my opinion, and I ain't know none of these people, it made it seem like, you know, it's impossible to believe her. But I'm like, why? Show me something that she's done in her past where she's lied on someone in that way, because it's very serious either way. So if she's telling the truth, it's serious. If she's lying on this man, it's serious. It could damage his career and his whatever for the rest of his life. But the way that they had this, like, I just don't believe her, I was just like, wow. So I'm like, if y'all don't believe her, show us why you don't believe her. But, you know, I've said time and time again, I believe victims. And unless y'all can show me some sort of proof, I'm going to believe them. You got to show me some proof that they're lying. But Rashida and Kirk and all them, they all was just basically like, she's lying. And I'm like, wow. So I just don't feel like Rashida's, if she had, because I know she has like, what, 4 or 5 kids or something like that. If she has a daughter, I'm like, what if that happens to your daughter? You're not going to believe her? Just because of this person that you know? Or are you going to believe your daughter? Especially when you weren't there. It's always a he said, she said. And even if, and this is the problem with the he said, she said, especially if there's allegations of R-ing someone, the moment that the person that was R, the victim, says I was R, and, you know, speaks out loud, There's 1,000 people. Why was she there? Why was she doing this? Da, da, da. I don't believe her because I got to wait and see it play out. You know, I told y'all that in my last video. But the moment she says, this is what happened to me, all the man has to say is, yeah, it was consensual. How do you prove it wasn't? You better have it on videotape because it's basically unprovable at that point. That's why it's a he said, she said. And the only thing that'll usually give you some sort of credibility is if you did go to the hospital after this and do an R kit. But again, if you've been drugged, if you were drinking alcohol, all of these things can impair you. So maybe you don't remember it exactly like it happened. And that's all people that don't believe victims need, for something to seem like it ain't right. Anyway, so that was happening, and then Tamar basically came out and said that, you know, she doesn't believe K. Michelle. And that's where their little beef, or really apparently a big beef. And also the guy, his name was Memphis, and he was dating Toya Johnson. So Toya is Lil Wayne's first baby mama. And they have a daughter together. I'm pretty sure you guys know who I'm talking about. I can't remember her name though, the daughter's name. Also, it was alleged that the guy, Memphis, had taken a portion of K. Michelle's money from her deal or something, and he used it to buy Toya a house. Listen. I cannot. Child. Savage. If y'all only knew what I was saying in my head about this, I can't. But I've said this before. Why Tamar, Rashida, and all those people immediately, we don't believe her, we don't believe her. And they believe their friend, the guy. People don't want to believe that they're whoever the people. This is the problem. People don't want to believe that someone they know has done treacherous things, because then they have to question themselves, and they can't question themselves because the first question is, how did I not see it that this person has this, whatever it is, especially if it's some sort of essay. I can't see a person that I like being a person that does that. Because then you have to, like I said, you have to call all of your whatever you think, your choices, into question. Because it's automatically like, how do you not know that this person is a predator or whatever? So instead of having to do that, people blame the victim. They don't know that person. They don't have no tie to that person. They don't even like them. So she can't be telling the truth. As if people don't walk around all day long lying when they do. People lie all the time about all kinds of stuff. It was just so interesting to me how, and I don't dislike any of the people per se on that show or people that were on that show, but it was disappointing listening to this lady Rashida, because I'm just kind of like, how do you know? You're a woman. So if it happened to you, you're gonna be cool with everybody. It's just like, no, I that couldn't have happened. You work in the most savage industry on the planet, the entertainment industry. It is savage. Catch it. But, you know, people put on a show and people believe it. Then Tamar got on the Steve Harvey show. She got on the Steve Harvey show talking about butt implants and butt injections, and here's a good, but it seemed like to me just another shot at this K. Michelle. Like, she's just kind of like, and I'm paraphrasing, you can't be getting plastic surgery on sale on the Groupon. I died. I was like, oh my God, because I didn't thought shit like that. Like, for real, that's kind of how I think about stuff. But, you know, I don't knock anybody. So, like, I feel like if you're not happy with what you look like, Whatever that might be. Whether or not you need a bigger booty, you want bigger boobs, you want a smaller nose or fuller lips, whatever it is, you want to get a facelift, I support whatever you want to do to make you feel good. 100%. I support it. I don't necessarily support people changing who they are to please other people. Because what happens when they move the target, right? What did Kandi say? The line keeps moving. What happens when that person moves that line? So it starts off with you need a smaller nose, or you don't have any boobs, you don't want to get a boob job, or you flat butt, or whatever the case may be. And before you know it, you Michael Jackson. I'm not saying that's what happened to him, but I'm just saying. You should be doing stuff to make you feel good. And if you do it and it makes you feel good, why are you answering any idiot that has something to say? It's mind your business. But that's just how I roll. I wish a nigga would. Like, I can't. So yeah, listen, she went in. Okay, Michelle. Listen, what did K Michelle call her? She got a leprechaun and a Muppet. That's just so not nice. But then again, you can't be on the what's called talking about. Oh my God. And then K Michelle, oh my God. I don't know what it was. What did Tamar say about her? Oh, so after Tamar said the Groupon thing about you can't get book shots on Groupon. Because Tamar was like, surgery doesn't go on sale. She's right. And I have seen billboards in Houston that say, what do they call it? Oh, what is it called? Liposuction? Half off or liposuction? Listen, that's a problem. It's a problem. And that's not to say that the other surgeons can't just be overcharging, but people charge whatever they worth. That's why I ain't mad at Mr. Gucci. If Mr. Gucci said his belt is worth $900. I can't tell that man he can't sell his belt for $900. It's his. The way I look at it, especially with labels, I feel like it's someone's art, and art is subjective, right? So how am I going to tell you, if you make clothes, what your value is on making clothes? I set my value, not you. So if Louis Vuitton, the red bottom shoes that people always call it Louis Vuitton, it's not, it's Louis Vuitton. But anyway, if any of these people say this is what they made and they're charging X for it, why are we, some people, not everybody, some people are like, I don't see why, my husband being one of them, initially anyway, he like, why do you need to pay that much? Doesn't this purse do the same thing that the Target purse does? Sir, it's fashion. So I need you to sit over there and shut the hell up. Because I don't say anything to him about his $500, what is it called? PlayStation and $500, what is that thing called? Xbox and the Equinox, that thing that, I don't know if it's called that, but you put it on, it's virtual reality. I ain't saying nothing about that because I don't give a shit. I just feel like you're an adult. And if that's what you want to purchase with your money, purchase it. I don't care that you don't understand why I spend thousands of dollars on Chanel. It's not for you to care. It's for me. It's because, and that's what I was saying. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't need to explain to you why I like what I like. I like what I like, and you like what you like. And it's okay for both of us to feel the way that we do. It is okay for my husband to be like, you should buy, a Target bag. Yeah, you go buy it. I already told y'all I make 5-star hotels and room service. So I don't know why he still don't get it. 23 years later. I don't get it. But let's be clear. My husband is like I'm wearing off on him. I know that I am, because a few Christmases ago, it was at Christmas, right? Yeah, it was at Christmas. So after Christmas, I don't know what I had bought myself. Because listen, I'm always going to treat me. Okay? But I don't know what I bought myself. I bought somebody something. But my husband woke up like the day after, and he was like, you want to go to Saks and see if, we could find me some Prada tennis shoes? Because when you wear your Prada tennis shoes, I was just like, I can't even say it without laughing. Because I'm just like, who is this person? Who are you, sir? Who are you? Who are you? Is this an invasion of the body snatchers? What did y'all do with my husband? Promise you I didn't understand it. So I know I've like rubbed off on him in a lot of ways, but I'm just like, I clocked it. This ninja better not ever say nothing else about me and anything I want to buy. Yes, it's vain, but I'm vain. So what? I'm a Leo. It's what it is. Like it or not, I'm not changing who I am. She's not. I was born this way. Sure was. Listen, when you met me, you know exactly who I was. You wouldn't take me to the Olive Garden then? Why do you think you're doing it now? We're not doing that. Nothing wrong. Shout out to the Olive Garden. They have the best, what do you call those? Breadsticks. Oh my God. Yes. Wait. And that one thing, it's tour of Italy. Nobody should be able to eat a whole tour of Italy. Why are you serving me a whole thing of lasagna? What is the chicken parm? Is that what it's called? It's too much. And then Alfredo. Who is eating that? All of that food? I cannot with them. It's a trap. And also, sidebar. I know I'm going off on 10. But why, when you go to a restaurant, why is my plate this big? I need to know. I need to understand. It's a platter at this point. Like, what are we doing? Anyway, the way prices are set up, it's bad. It isn't even cheaper to eat at home no more. I'm like, what? Anyway, don't get me started. Let me get back to the topic here. Sorry, guys. What did K. Michelle say? Let's see. Oh no, that was Tamar talking about. What did she say? This is what Tamar Braxton said this on the Steve Harvey show. She said, I just think that you have to do your research, but you can't be thinking you're gonna go ahead and have a plastic surgeon on the Groupon. Ain't no plastic surgery on sale like that. I was like, oh my God. All I thought to myself was shots fired. Shots fired. And I didn't even notice. I just looked this up today. This is crazy. So then K. Michelle went on her. Why she called this lady Tay Muppet? K. Michelle said that she needs to shut up. That's what she was saying to Tamar. She said she needs to shut up. They taken her house from her in Calabasas due to numerous lines of credit. Basically, she can't afford it. This was going on when I guess Tamar and Vince were living in that really big mansion in Calabasas. I didn't know her thing was going into foreclosure or whatever. She didn't say foreclosure on this, but that's what it sounds like. If you can't pay the taxes, they're gonna. That's the thing about life. You think you can own something, you could pay your whole house off. It costs $500,000 to pay your whole house off. The taxes are still due. So make sure whenever you a football player or whatever it is that you're doing and you're making a lot of money at a certain point, that you still can pay those taxes for your home. Because the taxes are coming no matter what. So if you move into a $500,000, $1 million, $300,000 house, whatever it is, you're still going to pay the taxes. And those taxes could go up depending on developments in your area, the other things that they're building around or different homes, the value can go up. And so therefore your taxes are going to go up. So even if you paid off that house, you still got to be able to pay those taxes on that house or they will put you out. It's sad, but it is what it is. What else? Is there anything else I wanted to say? I do think this way. And K. Michelle she said something like this. She was like, she's poking the bear. I do believe that. Now, I didn't even know there was a beef until I went and started doing research on it. But if you're sitting on your nationally syndicated TV show, The Real, at the time, and you're crying about this person that you're saying is bullying you, and at the time, like I said, I thought it was the guy from the show, but I realized now, no, she was talking about K. Michelle. That was bullying her. If you're on national TV crying about it, if it's that emotional for you, why are you poking the bear? Let's be clear. I don't believe in bullying anyone for any reason. I don't play them type of games. It's like one person I can't say is a bully. But you can't sit on national TV and say, cry about how terrible it is that this person is bullying you. And then you clapping and starting stuff with the bully. It makes no sense. Like, make it make sense. If I'm a type of person, and I'm not, be very clear, but if I was the type of person that this person says something about me and it has hurt my heart and I can't take it and I feel like they have the upper hand because they have a bigger megaphone to talk about me or whatever, probably gonna leave that person alone. But that's reasonable me. Reasonable Chanel is probably gonna leave that person alone. But catch me outside. No, because I don't need to fight. I don't entertain idiots. I'm not saying that K. Michelle is an idiot, but what I'm saying is if you're on social media playing those type of games, you're probably an idiot. And I'm not playing those type of games with you. I'm a grown ass woman, dog. So why am I entertaining that? You're Tamar, you're older than me. She's 40 something years old. 40 something years. Why are you doing that? Move in the light. And honestly, listen, I just don't even feel like K. Michelle really is I don't know. I don't get it. She's not a person that I would feel like I need to respond to. But honestly, most people are not people that I feel like I need to respond to. If I'm responding to you, it's because I'm making a choice to do it. It isn't because you scare me or I'm no. She ain't scared. She not. But I'm also not running around, on the internet, on my social media, shooting shots at people. I just don't do that. I don't see what's the point in that. Why are you making enemies? And if you've already decided this person, whatever it is that they say to you can make you cry, then leave them alone. If she was steady coming at you, I could see it. But at this point, it seems like K. Michelle's the one that's responding. That's why she's like, imagine, I'm sitting over here minding my business and you still coming for me. Anyway, I want to talk really quickly, guys, about Roa, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And let's be clear, I'm just not excited about it. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all are excited about it coming back. Like, I'm not excited. All of the people that I really kind of liked are gone. I never liked Kenya, although Kenya is good for reality TV. I don't like Kenya because Kenya is, for whatever reason, she's a mean girl. It just is what it is. I'm just call it like I see. She's a mean girl. She is. And because she won some beauty pageant for, I don't know if she was Miss United States, Miss Universe, Miss America, I don't know. Whatever it is she was, okay, somebody thinks you're cute. Good for you. It's so vain. Okay, let me just say it like this. I'm happy that, she was able to obtain that crown or whatever it is, if that was her aspiration. But listen, be very clear. It's only, beauty is subjective, just like I was telling y'all, art is subjective. It's subjective. There's a million people that could look at one person and think, oh my God, this person is so beautiful. And then there's 10 million other people that don't think that person is beautiful at all. So really, what did you win? You have a crown that some judges on the show basically said you're the most whatever it is. It's a vain thing. And okay, be happy and proud of your crown. But it doesn't mean shit to me. I'm just not impressed. Listen, I'm not impressed by people full of vainness. And I could be vain. I know it. That's why I say I made for 5-star hotels and room service. It is what it is. I have standards. She ain't going to the Holiday Inn. She's just not. No shade to the people that's going. I'm just saying for me. So I just never understood the whole Kenya thing where she's just like, she thinks she's the baddest bitch. But girl, if you the baddest bitch, guess what? You don't have to say it. Be clear. Beautiful people don't have to walk around talking about how beautiful they are. They just don't. I have a niece who is actually very beautiful because her mom is very beautiful. And I talked to her, I remember, I feel like it was maybe 3 years ago because she's what, 12 now? I feel like she's 12 or she might be 13. I'm not sure. And I was talking to her one day and I was just kind of like, I don't know what I said, but it was basically like, hey, we were having some sort of conversation. And I was like, you're pretty, right? Or, you're beautiful. And she was like, yeah, it is what it is. And she isn't being vain. She is my person. Like, I can't stand a Virgo. And she's a Virgo. She'd be like, Coco, I'm a Virgo. I'm like, yeah, except you, baby. She the only Virgo I like. She is, because I can't with Virgos. But, she knows she's beautiful. She doesn't. But guess what? My niece, who is beautiful, and she knows she's beautiful, she hasn't once said it. I asked her about it, and then she was like, yeah. Because she understands. When people talk to her or about her, they talk about how beautiful she is. It is what it is. So, Tamar, or whoever, not Tamar, Kenya, if you're so beautiful, girl, why you need to tell us? You don't. That's her things she stands on that, and then all these movies that she says she's made, but I just never heard of any of them, nor have I ever seen any of them. But my biggest issue with Kenya is she's good. She's played the villain role well. I don't like that. I don't like nasty people like that. Like, if you're gonna throw shade. But I just feel like she just gutter to me. Nothing about her. She's just not a girl's girl in any way. And she wonders why women don't like her. It isn't because someone is jealous of your beauty, girl. Please believe. It's not that. You're just a nasty person. You're not my cup of tea. She just isn't. So, but on this show, like I said, she's good for TV. She is. But she doesn't ever, if y'all notice, Kenya never really has beef with men. She has beef with women. Apollo sat on that show and talked about her from head to toe, including her toes. And he was saying some shit that I never believed anyways. But she ain't saying, she has no response. Zero. I promise you. If a woman was sitting there going in on Kenya like that, oh, she would have something to say. And then too, this is the thing. Like, I felt so bad for Kenya in that whole Mark Daly situation. I did. I felt bad for her because I can have compassion for people even if I don't like them. But this is my problem with Kenya again. So y'all remember Tanya, the happy-go-lucky lady who was engaged to some guy, and, you know, she's supposedly a millionaire and he's a millionaire and whatever. Always liked Tanya because she just seemed like a normal person. Just a normal girl. She just seems very likable. And why are you coming at her? But it's Kenya. It's what she's gonna do. I thought it was a little shady, but it's fun shade when she's like, look at what I should, you know, whatever I have. Kenya had a wig. She asked her to bring it back. Now, yes, is it shady for you to go on TV and tell everybody I had a wig? Yes. But is it, you need to bring the cookie lady and swear that this lady, that my husband or my fiance is trying to date this lady and yada, yada, yada? No, it's not cool. It's not. But it's Kenya. It's on par for Kenya because she can't help herself because she's a mean girl. She is. She's a mean girl. Stop me when I'm lying about something, but she's a mean girl. And so then the irony is the next season is when Nene comes back. And where were they going? I don't remember where they were going, but Nene comes back. Maybe was it Canada? No, because they had just come back from Canada. I don't know where they were going. But Nene and Marlo and them, they were all at the airport. And this is when the news broke. So this was, I think, the next episode after that men's event that Kenya and Mark Daly had threw or something like that. They were going to the airport, and I might have the episodes out of whack, but they were going to the airport, and Nene is Nene. She's a classic. She's just a star. She is who she is. And Kandi shows up because, you know, I don't understand how Kandi doesn't get that Kenya is a horrible human being. She just is. And I don't know Kenya personally, but from what we see on the show, she's just not a good person. And I don't know how Kandi don't see it. Just like I don't see how Candace from Potomac forever wanted to be Ashley's friend. I'm like, why are you giving this lady 3,000 chances? She don't see it for you. And I love Candace. I never understood it. Just like I never understood why Kandi Burrus wanted to be Kenya's friend. Maybe she knows something we don't know. But that very next episode, they were on that plane and Candy's like, guys, let's try to not bring up, you know, the divorce and whatever happened. And, you know, because let's try not to bring it up. And I get it. That's your girl in your mind. Candy's your girl. So you want to just like try to, but Kandi, girl, the way this lady went in on Tanya, she brought a whole cookie lady to try to nationally embarrass her. For what reason? Because she said you have hair? You have hair extensions or whatever? We all have hair extensions. What are you talking about? And if you keep it real, you so real, keep it real with her. Yeah, I could have laughed that off and been like, girl. And Kenya wants, oh, you're destroying my brand and I have a brand and whatever. You do. But you just tried to destroy this lady's whole real life. Shut the hell up. Stop it. Girl, bye. I'm not feeling bad for you. Because the lady said did you not think did you think that we all thought that was your hair? Come on, sis. And this is the thing. Kenya was sitting at that table. I don't know where they were. I wish I knew where they were. But they were having like lunch or something. And Portia was all in a good mood. I remember that part. And then here's Kenya If you guys knew had some information that one of our, husbands, because I'm a wife, I'm like, girl, you waited 42 years to be able to say that I cannot. It is not, it's a great thing if you find someone that loves you and you love them and y'all are soulmates, whatever. It's a great thing. But this is Kenyan. It's like the beauty pageant thing. That if you're a wife, she's in the wife club. So, girl, no one cares. And the guy you chose to marry is a horrible human being. Anyway, he's so horrible that I feel bad for Kenya. And I don't even like her. That's how bad he is. Nene wasn't having it, and neither was Marlo. Nene said, what did Nene say? Oh my God. She said something. Oh my God, I wish I could remember what she said. I think she said something like, well, wake up. Oh, she said something like, wake up. Oh my God, it was hilarious. I gotta go watch that now. I'm gonna watch it when I finish with y'all. That shit was like, it was epic. Because she was right. Nene was right. And Nene isn't always right, but Nene was right. Because it was like, she didn't have no problem with sitting at this table and inviting the whole cookie lady. She had no problem with trying to embarrass this Tamia lady. None. But we supposed to somehow be nice? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. And here's the thing. Because of who I am, I would have responded, well, one, in the heat of the moment, there would have been a very different conversation that me and Kenya would have had. Oh, a very different conversation. I wouldn't have been, let's play nice. But after that, after we've said whatever we've said, I would have been like Tanya. I would have been nice to her because I'm just not that girl that holds grudges. I'm not. Because this is the thing. I don't have time to waste my time thinking about, I don't like her. I can't talk to her. I don't have time for that. I don't need to have you in my space, but I don't also need to be mean to you. I don't really care. And again, if you don't like me, I don't care. That's on you. One thing my mom used to always say is just kind of like, it takes so much energy. It takes so much more energy to sit around and be mad at someone than it does to just be nice. So I just feel like that, but I feel like that with the indie situation. So like, how people have family problems and they're not talking to their brother or their sister or their aunt or whoever, their mom, the dad, whoever it is that they got beef with. I feel this way. I don't want to feel guilty because death is the great equalizer. We're all going to die. It just is what it is. We wake up every day. We die every day. A little more. Okay. But this is the thing. I don't want for your mom to pass away, your granny to pass away, your sister to pass away, whoever it is, the people that you love. And because you're mad at them for whatever it is that they did, you take yourself out of the situation. This is the thing. If the person is one of those people that has done something to you, but they mean something to you, meaning the grandmother, your mom, your sister, your brother, or something like that. Let's just say. The people that if you stop talking to them and then they died tomorrow, you would regret that you stopped talking to them. That's what I mean. Those type of people. So it doesn't mean that I have to engage with you every day. No. But I am going to set my life up so that I'm good. So that if you do pass away before I do, I can feel good about whatever my choices were. So the way I see it is, let's say it's my grandmother. That me and her don't see it for each other, whatever. Or she did something, whatever it is. That I don't like and I don't feel like I want to talk to her. Okay, after I get out of my mad stage and I've forgiven you, however long that takes, and it doesn't really take me long because again, I don't have time to be. I got shit to do. I got shit to do, so I don't have time to be sitting around thinking about how mad I am at you. I just don't. So what I would do is I would make a schedule because that's me. I'd be like, okay, so every Sunday or every third Sunday, whatever it would be, I'm gonna go to church with my granny. And then we're going to go out to eat at Carrabba's or the Olive Garden or Luby's. I don't know if everybody knows what Luby's is, but it's basically like a cafeteria type style where you can go and you look at all the food and you're like, oh, give me this or whatever. It's kind of like that. And so that way, if she dies tomorrow, I know that I did what I could do. Because everybody can't do that. Everybody ain't going to do that. Everybody's the way we are, we're all wired differently. And we have different levels of what we're going to expect or what we're going to accept in life. This is what it is. So whenever that person does pass away, if they pass away before me, then I don't feel bad. I mean, obviously you're still going to be sad and you have sorrow and whatever else. Because you're not going to be able to change anybody else. It's not going to happen. Listen, I think I've said this before. We got a whole Bible telling us all kinds of stuff to do. Like, don't fornicate, but like, oh my God, I'm just fornicate over here. And I ask God for forgiveness. That is exactly how people work. Stop me when I'm wrong, when I'm lying about something. It is what it is. So that's why if people don't even listen to God, what makes you think they're going to change for you? They won't even change for you. Just saying. So listen, I don't know it all. I know what works for me. And I know what helps people in general is releasing the things that they're angry about. That's what helps everybody. But you got to know how to release it. And then you have to decide when you're triggered again, how you want to respond to whatever that trigger is. And everybody doesn't have the ability to say, you know what, me and my grandma been beefing, or me and my mom or my sister or whomever been beefing. They don't, so not everybody has the ability to compartmentalize it like me. Because I know that we all have a certain amount of time. It's just a fact. And I'm doing that part for me. It's not for anyone else. It's so that I know I did what I could. And this is what I can do. This is what I am comfortable with. Not everybody going to be comfortable with that. And not everybody, even if they are your brother or sister or whatever, mom, deserves that. Let me be very clear. There's tons of people that I know that their parents are savages and still manipulating them to this day. Those type of people, if those type of people were in my family, I'm not going to do the every third Sunday thing. I don't need to ever see you again. And for me, I'm a Leo, so that means I'm extremely loyal, like to the death. Probably in my own way, probably messes with me a little bit. But if I stop messing with you, there's a reason. But I'm not a hateful person, and I'm very forgiving. So if I stop messing with you, you did something. So, but again, I like to live in the light. So, it is what it is. So if you get to that point where you're like, Nikki never calls me anymore, investigate what you've done. Because I know some people. Me and my husband let 151 people live in our house to like get on their feet or save their money or whatever. And I'm not even saying that to say like, oh, we're such great people. But I'm saying I'm just not a person that even some of those people didn't treat us so right even after that. And it's just kind of like, okay. But just understand, don't ever come here asking for anything. And I'm not a mean person, but like if they called me in the middle of the night and they were stuck somewhere, I probably would help them out because that's just who I am. But there are some people like, don't ever come here. Don't ever call my phone. You know how we all have that one person in the family that knows everybody's number. That everybody's cool with this particular person. We have a person like that in our family. I actually have two like that, and I'll just be like, when they put in the whatever, they send me a message, I'll be like, who died? I always know it's something bad. But my other cousin, she's the one in the family, or she's one of the ones in the family that kind of everybody talks to. So she'll message me. She'll be like, so-and-so is asking for your number. Can I give it to them? No. They still don't listen. They're on probation. There's one of my cousins that, child, I ain't even gonna say it, but like, she's still trying to figure out how to get in contact with me. She like, message my husband. That's the wrong person because he don't even really do social media like that. But he told me, he was like, so-and-so is trying to, I'm not in that mode. And whatever the punishment is that God's going to give me, it's going to be what it is. But I'm not going to hate this person forever. But you're on probation. So whenever you get back, you'll get back. I've bent over backwards for this particular person, like in so many different ways. And you still don't, you are who you are. And that's okay. Listen, what did our pastor used to say? You can't expect anything but sin from a sinner. So why am I shocked? Or why was I shocked? I don't know why I was. But it is what it is. So you got what you got. And, I'm over here living in the light, like I said, on Chanel's reality. All right, guys. Oh, I wanted to say, because Phaedra, this is my last thing. They were saying that Phaedra's coming back or is supposedly returning. I don't want Phaedra to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I want her to stay on the Married to Medicine. And this is why. I never liked Phaedra on Atlanta. Not ever. Not because I think Phaedra's not likable. Because now on Married to Medicine, I know she's likable. I like this Phaedra over here. The one on Roa, I didn't like. And it's because Phaedra was so guarded about everything, right? Because she came on the show with a whole lie. I'm just calling it what it was. Because she comes from that Southern, you can't get married I mean, no, you can't get pregnant before you get married type of thing. And she just wanted to hold strong to that's what, happened in her life, even though anybody with a brain knows you're lying. And that's okay. Just say you're lying. She ain't never going to say it. And that's okay. But she was so guarded with everything. She was guarded with Apollo. She had to, because she, like me, and I'm like this in only one way with Phaedra. I'm going to present to the world what I want you to see. This is what it is. And I'm no different than everybody else lying on their resume. You didn't know all of that. Or all the people that take 5,000 photos and then they get that one photo and that's the one they're going to show. So I'm kind of like that in a sense. But it's more because I'm going to give whatever I think people need to know. I'm not out here. I'm not those people that are just like talking about me and my boyfriend breaking up. And I'm not doing that. Because then 10 minutes later or 2 days later, now you're back in love. It's just like, I'm not that girl. So I'm going to present exactly what you need to know. It's a need to know basis over here. But I'm not hiding anything from anyone. I just feel like with Phaedra, she always felt guarded because she had to hide. She had to pretend, and nobody believed it, but she had to pretend that she and Apollo were this whatever couple. Apollo messed Phaedra's, what she would probably call, reputation up because he can't really be controlled. But I feel like she did a good job trying to control him for several years. And then it just all went to hell. When we saw him come back, he was on his way to go to jail, report to jail or whatever. And it just gave us a little peek into what was really going on over there. But I want Phaedra to be authentic. And what's his name? Carlos King, come to the front. Stop getting on your platform talking about, I don't want Phaedra. She doesn't bring anything. Shut up. And this is why. The reason I need you to shut up about that. One, you have a job. Stop trying to put people out of a job. Regardless of how many jobs Phaedra says she has. Leave her alone. How would you feel if Andy running around talking about you? You can't do this and you're not doing that because you work for him, not the other way around. Be clear. So my thing is stop it. Because this is the thing. Not every single person needs to have this particular, not everybody needs to have a big storyline, in my opinion. I feel like I loved what Phaedra brought, which is I'm going to wear these fabulous clothes. I'm going to have my skin tone like three shades lighter than what I am. It's like she got off Atlanta and became some sort of Instagram model. And I was here for it at first. Now it's like going out of this little, you might need to just pull back a little bit. But I like what she's bringing. I don't think everything needs to be so serious and heavy and all of that. Plus, you already got Heavenly running around here disrespecting everybody. You don't need, I think Phaedra fit. And I didn't expect her to fit. I really didn't. I was like, oh my God, why are they just forcing this lady on us? But she fit, in my opinion, from beginning to end. I don't think you always need somebody to talk about all the wrong things that's going on in their life and to be having some sort of travesty all the time. And I don't really care about whatever happened to her and Apollo. I don't. Now, I will say this. I don't understand why the hell Apollo was at this reunion. He is not married to her. What is happening? Andy? But he did look good, though. What did Dr. Heavenly say? She was like, I am a woman. I'm a married lady. I died. Now, Carlos King, I do like this. I do like Carlos King and Dr. Heavenly. I do not like Dr. Heavenly on the show because she's messy. And she is ruthless with whatever she says and reckless. That I don't like. But her and Carlos King, that is magic. That is magic. I don't like what she did to Sweetie, though. That sweet lady. What's her name? Sweet Tea? I'm not with that. I don't like bullying. And that's exactly what she was doing. Bullying that lady. But I've been on here almost an hour now. And just let me know what you guys think. Y'all think, I forgot to talk about Portia. I don't want Portia. Listen, all the people that love Portia, that go for Portia, go for Portia. I don't really like her, but I don't dislike her. I think Portia is a person on the team, in my opinion. I wouldn't want to watch a whole show of Portia. I think they gave her a show, if I'm not mistaken. She had like a show, what was it called? Portia's Family Matters or something like that. Or, you know what? Kempire used to call it Portia. Shout out to Kempire. He used to be like Portia's House of Lies. Kempire is so shady, but I love me some Kempire. But he's telling the truth. But anyway, he called it Portia's Family of Lies or something like that. Listen, I never watched one episode because I was just like, I can't get into it. I don't want to be a part of that. But that to me, I told y'all from the beginning, I am really good at deciding and picking shows that are going to last or that are going to have a strong fan base. I picked out the Modern Family, the Vanderpump Rule, a whole bunch of shows and movies too. And I'm like, it's gonna have a good following. And I ain't wrong, haven't been wrong yet. I knew instantly if they gave Portia a show, it's not the right move. It just ain't. And I never even watched it. But again, Portia went on that, oh God, what is it? The girls trips or whatever. I was like, yeah, I missed her. I was like, this is what I need. But again, I don't want Portia to be the main star. And in that show, I feel like she and who was the other main girl? Giselle, kind of like was taken over, in my opinion, and I didn't like it. Because you need somebody to balance Portia out. Because Portia she could be a freight train. Let's be very clear. She is, what Kandi call her? They Street Fighter. So you can't have, Portia can't be the head. Plus, you don't know what you're getting with Portia. And let me be very clear why I say that. Portia, season 1 and season 2, she was the Stepford wife. But did Cordell divorce her season 2? I think he divorced her season 2 or 3. I can't remember what. And I'm not saying season 1 for the Atlanta Housewives. I'm saying season 1 that Portia came on. Her first season. And she was a Stepford wife. She run around, talk about, my grandfather was this great person and he, walked with Dr. King, I think she said. And like I said, she was a Stepford wife. She had this perfect little body. She didn't have no boobs, but she had a really good little body, and she lived in a big house, and she had a whole big facade. That was for sure. Because her tagline said something like, people say that I have a great life and they would be right, and I do, or something like that. And I knew from that line, I was like, she is lying through her teeth. Because first of all, Portia, I don't think she's ugly in any facet. I don't think you get ugly when you look at her. I don't necessarily get beautiful either. But the thing is, her face, there's nothing wrong with her face. The hair be on fleek. The body is bodying. So all of that together, listen, I ain't mad at her. Because most people don't have all three. Just saying. And I really was just like, why is this lady on this TV line about her relationship? Because how are you pretty to the world and you with this dude? How? Because Cordell, Vincent, remember I was telling about Tamar? No. So that was a marriage of, what do you call it? Trophy wife. Because I'm like, girl, how did you get into that? I need to be able to look at you. Let's be clear. I'm just saying. So then what was she going to marry Dennis? I think. Now I'm going to say with Dennis, he ain't the ugliest guy on earth. There's people uglier than him. Let me see, what would you say about him? You could deal with him. I'll say that much. You could learn to just kind of be like, whatever. But then he's a cheater, pumpkin eater. How are you cheating on your wife? Or no, let me take that back. On your baby mama. And she like 8 months pregnant. That's some foul shit. I just don't understand why some men do that. Anyway. And then now she married Simon Gubadia. Again, what's him? I can't. So to me, she just sells her Crown Victoria to the highest bidder. Stop me when I'm lying about something. I ain't lying. It's just the truth. Am I wrong? Chime down and let me know. So again, I just don't know if I'm gonna watch the real. I mean, I don't know, cause who gives anything on that show? I'm thinking about Sheree, fake. She doesn't. To me, Sheree feels like a person who is extroverted, like doesn't really want to be the center of attention. To me, but she wants to have a facade that she is the one, honey. She wants to have that facade, and this is the thing. She's still buying into her own hype. She is. Because I swear to you, there are 3 people I cannot figure out how they paying for shit. I don't know how Sheree is paying for that house and her lifestyle. I don't get it. I don't know how Marlo is paying. Maybe the billionaire gave her $1 billion. I don't know. But Marlo stays flawless. And I love Marlo. A lot of people don't understand, but I love Marlo. There is another person. I feel like she's a white person. And she's a housewife. And I cannot figure out where her money is coming from. I'm like, how is this person Dorit from Beverly Hills. Dorit and Marlo, listen, every episode, except for this last season for Dorit, she didn't, I don't know what happened. I don't know if PK put her on a budget or whatever, but like, Dorit and Marlo bring it with the styles, in my opinion. I feel like they rarely miss. But the styles, and most of what they wear is Chanel. Chanel is expensive as fuck. It is what it is. So how you from head to toe in Chanel? Like, I can see how you from head to toe in like Versace. Because even Versace it can be expensive, but you could get certain things from Versace that's going to be, I feel like, 2 or 3 times more expensive as Chanel. Just saying. So I don't understand how they Chanel-ing it down, or Givenchy-ing it down, or Gucci-ing it down from head to toe. I don't get it. Because I'm like, y'all just got endless bank accounts. Because there's nothing about either of them, in my opinion, that says they have a ton of money. However, I remember that season where Greg was really sick, and I think Nene was going through whatever, and she got mad at Nene. No, let me see. What's her name? Marlo got mad at Nene because Greg called Marlo and was like, go check on your girl. I think Greg was at the hospital and Nene wasn't doing well as the caregiver. And she drove to her house and everything. And anyway, they was getting into it about something. But I'm just kind of like, Marlo just gives, honey. She just gives. I don't know where she get the money from, but oh, she pulled up. Oh no, that was that first day that they got back together, and I guess they were back sisters again. And Marlo pulled up in a G-Wagon. It was so fucking funny. She pulls up in her G-Wagon and she gets out from Gucci from head to toe. And then so Nene opens the door and they hug or whatever. She was just like, Nene was like, see, I can't do the same shit. Who the fuck shows up in a whole robe? Because that was when everybody was dressing in like, I feel like it was like their night clothes, but it was just like Gucci or Chanel or whatever. And it was, I didn't understand it, but I don't understand fashion like that. I mean, I like fashion, but I wouldn't put that together. And listen, Marlo rocked it because she can. And Nene called her out. She's just like, I don't know. Who wakes up and does that? Marlo does. She knows what's happening in the fashion industry. But anyway, guys, like I said, that's it. I'm not excited about Portia coming back, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm like, who are they going to pair her with? Because I don't really care about her and Kenya fighting or arguing back and forth. You need someone else. You need a person that's a little more mild, like Cynthia. Cynthia ain't coming back. But I would like to see Cynthia. I would say that. But I'm like, there's nobody else. Who else is on the cast that I even care about? I think Drew Sidora is, but I don't know how she is, if the gaslighter then left or divorced her or she divorced him. I don't think they bringing back any of those, what do you call those people? Brandos. I don't think they bringing those people back. But anyway, guys, chime down in the comments. Tell me who you want to see back on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Are you going to be watching? And then what do you think about this Tamar K. Michelle beef? I want Tamar to sit down. Like, go, girl. I don't think it's ever going to happen for Tamar. Because just like Sheree, she believes her own hype. Anyway, guys, y'all have a good one. Thanks for tuning in to Chanel's Reality. Bye, guys.